Welcome back to the Cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the price of Ethereum has just broken above some very important resistance. This is now setting up Ethereum for some more price targets to the upside that I'll be getting into in just a moment, so stay tuned for that. I'll also be giving you guys another update on the big picture for Ethereum and also comparing Ethereum to Bitcoin right now. And because a lot of you have been suggesting Solana, so towards the end of this video, I will give you guys another update on Solana because we just hit our exact price target that I gave you guys 2 days ago on the channel. So definitely make sure you're watching this video all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this valuable information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Ethereum to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And yeah, as I just mentioned in the intro of this video, we had previous resistance at this level just here, which by the way, this is coming in at around $3,500 US dollars. And if you're wondering why this is resistance for Ethereum, other than the fact that we've already found resistance along this price range just here, when we're zooming out on the chart and bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this high at around $4,000 US dollars down to this wick low at around 2.6K approximately, what we have is the golden pocket, the most important Fibonacci level, coming in at exactly that price range just there, as you can see. So that's why this was previous resistance for the price of Ethereum, but right now you can clearly see that the price of Ethereum has broken above this important range on the chart. So what we're seeing right now is clearly a bullish sign for Ethereum. All we're waiting on now is just confirmation of this breakout. So for the brand new viewers on the channel, what I mean by confirmation is ideally a spike or a surge in volume, which right now we're not really seeing. The volume is basically just staying constant at the time of filming this video at least. And then if we could see some sort of retest of this previous resistance level and flip it into support, that is another method of confirmation that we can use. We don't have to see both of those, just one can be enough, but obviously the more confirmation the better. And also if we could see a candle close above this range of resistance, that can act as confirmation. But when it comes to candle closes, definitely stick to the higher time frame. So for example, the daily time frame is what I would be sticking to as a minimum for a candle close to confirm a break of a level, especially if it's visible on the daily time frame. And right now the current daily candle has about 9 hours to go before we see the daily candle close. So as long as we close this daily candle well above $3,500 US dollars, that's how you know that we've officially broken to the upside above this golden pocket, and we're definitely flipping much more bullish here. Now, while we're here on the daily time frame, we've actually got a brand new pattern potentially forming for Ethereum. We've actually got this giant inverse head and shoulders pattern. As you can see, we've already seen the left shoulder, we've already seen the head, and right now, if we get some sort of rejection sometime soon here and actually come back to the downside, we could form a possible right shoulder. And by the way, an inverse head and shoulders pattern is a bullish pattern, but keep in mind that we need to see the right shoulder form and a break above the neckline for the pattern to actually be confirmed. So I want to make that extra clear. Right now, this pattern is not confirmed. It's just potentially forming. What we would need to see is, of course, a rejection sometime soon, and for the price to come back down towards around 3.3K, maybe down towards 3.2K, in around that sort of price range just there, to form a perfect right shoulder. And then if we come back up towards the neckline, which by the way, the neckline is sitting at just above 3.6K. So really, if we can see a strong break above 3.7K, which is this wick just here, and that's also coming in pretty close to the next Fibonacci level, the 78.6% Fibonacci level, which is just above 3.7K, then yeah, that's how you know that we would be confirming that pattern if we see that right shoulder and the break of that level. And getting into the brand new price target for this brand new pattern that is potentially forming on the chart, the technical price target, if this pattern confirms, is coming in at around $4,600 US dollars per Ethereum, which from the point of the breakout to that price target is around a 26% gain to the upside with zero leverage. And by the way, if we do meet that price target all the way up at around 4.6K, that would place Ethereum in a brand new all-time high. Apart from this neckline just here, some resistance levels between now and that price target are, of course, the $4,000 level, because we previously saw huge resistance along that exact level just there, and also that's acting as psychological resistance, meaning that a lot of people place sell orders at $4,000 US dollars just because it's a round number. So yeah, we could find a bit of resistance at around 4K. Anything above that, I'll be looking at the all-time high itself as the next major point of resistance, which at the top of this wick just here, at least on the Coinbase chart, the all-time high is coming in at just beneath 4.4k. So we could potentially find some resistance at that level as well before we continue on to this price target at 4.6k. But remember, that only comes into play if we see the right shoulder and a break above the neckline. And just a reminder, Ethereum is currently forming this huge cup and handle pattern on the daily time frame. I talked about this pattern in a little bit more detail in yesterday's Ethereum update video. So if you missed that video, definitely check it out after you finish watching this video, of course. But yeah, just giving you guys a quick update on this pattern. The neckline that we need to break above in order to confirm the price target is coming in at around 3.9k, but ideally I'd like to see a break above 4,000, which is this previous high just here. And if we can do that, then the price target for this cup and handle pattern on the daily time frame is coming in at well over $6,200 per Ethereum. Almost about 6.3k is the price target that we would be looking at once again if we do see a break above this neckline just here. By the way, from the break of that neckline to that price target, that's around a 60% gain for Ethereum. And from the current price of Ethereum to that price target, that's around a 75% gain moving forward. So definitely some major opportunities here, and keep in mind, Bitcoin could be a little bit of a leading indicator, because if you watched my Bitcoin update video that I posted only about a couple hours before this video, I explained in that Bitcoin video that we just formed a huge cup and handle pattern on the Bitcoin daily time frame. But Bitcoin, on the other hand, has already broken out to the upside. We've already seen the breakout on Bitcoin, which is great news for us Ethereum holders, because that is potentially, as I just mentioned, a leading indicator, meaning that Ethereum could be next. And speaking about Bitcoin being a leading indicator for Ethereum, this is still the Ethereum daily time frame. That's what the candlesticks are just here. That's the Ethereum price, but the orange line just here is the Bitcoin price on the same time frame. And by looking at this chart, you can clearly see how the crypto market usually operates. So basically, after we come out of a bearish time and we start flipping bullish again, it's usually Bitcoin that's the first to make its bullish move. And while Bitcoin is making its bullish move, Bitcoin takes the spotlight, and a lot of the altcoins kind of lag behind in the immediate short term. But eventually, when Bitcoin starts slowing down and entering a bit of a consolidation range, that's when the altcoins come out to play. And as you can see here, that's exactly what happened in the first half of 2021. Bitcoin saw a huge bullish move to the upside leading into the beginning of this year. And by the way, while Bitcoin was looking incredibly bullish, especially during February just here, Ethereum, on the other hand, wasn't looking overly bullish. Of course, at that stage, we were heading to the upside, but just not as much as Bitcoin in the immediate short term. But after Bitcoin started ranging to the side here between around March and April in particular, that is when Bitcoin finally gave the altcoins a chance to move. And you can clearly see that right here when Bitcoin was heading sideways near that all-time high. Ethereum, on the other hand, was just beginning a huge move to the upside. And what do I mean by a huge move? Well, from this low just here up to the all-time high, I'm talking about a 238% gain in just 2 months. Or even from this low just here to the all-time high, you're talking about a 182% gain in just 48 days, so about a month and a half. And zooming all the way out and going back to the last bull market for Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is of course 2017. And what you can see here is the same thing. Of course, the orange line here is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin made its massive bullish move towards the end of 2017 before Ethereum finally had its bullish move. And in fact, measuring the difference from the bull market tops back then in 2017 and leading into the beginning of 2018, there was pretty much a difference of one entire month between the top of the Bitcoin market and the top of the Ethereum market. So Ethereum at that stage there was lagging behind Bitcoin by around 1 full month. So what does this actually mean for Ethereum right now? Well, clearly Bitcoin is having its time to shine in the short term. So perhaps in the shorter term, talking about the next few days, maybe over the next couple of weeks, it's possible that the altcoins lag behind Bitcoin a little bit just on average, but eventually Bitcoin's going to reach a sideways consolidation or a slight pullback to the downside. And when that happens, that's when you start seeing some crazy gains in Ethereum and other altcoins as well. But at that stage, you want to already have your positions set up ready to go. So that brings us into the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart on the daily time frame. This is actually important for anyone wanting to move between Bitcoin and Ethereum back and forward, because with the recent explosion in the Bitcoin price, of course, that hasn't been too good for the Ethereum versus Bitcoin valuation. And if you have been on the channel over the past couple of days, I've let you guys know that I am slowly dollar cost averaging into Ethereum using Bitcoin. And right now, Ethereum has just run into a very important range of support due to the fact that we found strong resistance at that exact range and also strong support. But on top of all of that, when you're bringing out the Fibonacci retracement tool from this low down here up to the recent high on the daily time frame, the golden pocket is coming in at this exact same price range. And by the way, this is coming in at around 0.064 Bitcoin per Ethereum is kind of the bottom of this range just here. So as far as my Bitcoin versus Ethereum strategy goes right now, I'm basically just continuing to dollar cost average into Ethereum using Bitcoin. As I always say, it's during the bearish times that you see the biggest opportunities. And believe it or not, Ethereum is actually in a bearish time if you're looking at Ethereum valued against Bitcoin. So right now is a very important time to stay active in the Ethereum markets and set yourself up for when the bullish price action eventually begins later on. Obviously, that's not financial advice. That's just giving you an insight of my Ethereum strategy. But now with Bitcoin breaking into a brand new higher high above that previous $53,000 high, it's just about confirmed at this point that we're continuing on with this bull cycle. And when we're in a crypto bull market between Bitcoin and Ethereum, historically speaking, Ethereum is the place to be in a bull market. I tweeted this out over on my Twitter, but I thought this should be something that I should share on this YouTube channel. Looking in the last crypto bull market, which was of course 2016 and 2017. During 2016, Bitcoin gained around 126%, but Ethereum gained around 753%. And then leading into 2017, of course, one of the craziest years in crypto, Bitcoin had a 1,330% gain, while Ethereum, on the other hand, had nearly a 9,000% gain in just that 1 year. And then we obviously entered the 2018 bear market, and the next bull market didn't really start until 2020, just last year. And obviously, this is the bull market that we're currently in. But yeah, taking a look at the 2020 gains, Bitcoin gained over 300% to the upside, while Ethereum gained 475% to the upside. And the gains so far this year, this could be just slightly outdated with the recent pump in Bitcoin, but as far as a few hours ago, the gains this year in Bitcoin so far is around 80% to the upside, while Ethereum this year has gained over 370%. So the numbers don't lie. You can clearly see that when we're in a bull market like 2016 and 2017, or for example, when we're in a bull market like 2020 and 2021, history shows us that Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin in literally every single year that we are in a bull market. The only times where Ethereum is severely underperforming against Bitcoin on the big picture here is of course in the bearish times, like a bear market, for example, like 2018 and maybe 2019. But right now, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, with Bitcoin breaking above that previous high, it's basically confirmed that the bull market is continuing. And it's because of that reason, that's exactly why I want to dollar cost average a little bit more Bitcoin into Ethereum moving forward. But of course, not all straight away. It's just dollar cost averaging slowly into Ethereum to set up an amazing position in Ethereum, getting ready for the next major move to the upside. And now quickly checking out the Solana to US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. This is because Solana is one of your most suggested altcoins in the comment section down below. I read a lot of your suggestions in the comment section, by the way. But yeah, anyway, jumping straight into Solana, what we can see here is of course a perfect bounce along the exact price target that I gave you guys 2 days ago. So this price target, by the way, that we were talking about was coming in at 150 US dollars. And you cannot make this up. Zooming all the way into the Solana to US dollar chart, we actually hit pretty much exactly $150, maybe a couple cents off. But as far as the buying opportunity so far, if you bought there so far, at least you bought the exact bottom. So congrats to any of you that did end up watching my last Solana update video just 2 days ago, because also just this move to the downside would have made for a decent little short position, because that was about a 10% dip to the downside. So on a 10x leverage, that's 100% gain, completely doubling your money in a short position like that. And by the way, I don't actually recommend leverage trading for the complete beginners out there. I want to make it clear that leverage trading is only for those of you that have a little bit more experience in these markets. But for any of you that want to learn how to trade, how to open and close trades, how to set stop losses, take profits, all of that sort of stuff, I have a full trading tutorial video for beginners completely for free here on the channel. And you'll find a link to that video in the description down below. It will be the second link in the description. And the first link in the description will take you to the platform that I use to trade. So make sure you're checking those out down below. But what we're seeing right now in the price oscillators for Solana is the fact that they're still actually heading to the downside. You can clearly see the RSI and the MACD both trending to the downside on the 4-hour time frame. But with that being said, if you're zooming into, say, the 2-hour time frame, what we can see here is the RSI pretty much reached the bottom of this RSI band, and we're actually pretty close to seeing a bullish cross in the MACD on this 2-hour time frame. So sometimes the lower time frames can flow over to the larger time frame, frame, so I will be keeping an eye on this, because if we do end up seeing this bullish cross sometime soon, we could be looking a little bit more bullish here in the short term for Solana. And going over to the 4-hour time frame, an increased bullish move in the short term for Solana would also help these price oscillators bottom out and start heading to the upside sometime soon. Probably within the next 1 week, I would expect these oscillators to start bottoming out. And by the way, as a part of my crypto strategy, I consider Solana as a long-term investment, considering Solana's amazing fundamentals. Right now, it can do just about everything Ethereum can do. But obviously, if you've used Ethereum and if you've used Solana, you would know that Solana is a lot faster and a lot cheaper. I've been transacting in both Ethereum and Solana recently, and for me, the transaction speeds don't matter too much. It's mainly the cost of the transaction. For example, Ethereum at the moment is costing me around $20 to $30 per transaction, but Solana, on the other hand, literally costs a couple cents. So really, for as long as Bitcoin and Ethereum are looking bullish, and as we're continuing this bull market, I'm definitely very bullish on Solana in its longer term future. And don't forget to follow me over on my Twitter for all of these extra updates throughout the day on not only Bitcoin and Ethereum, but also my thoughts on Doge and Shiba, for example. So you'll get all of that extra content completely for free on my Twitter, and the link to my Twitter is in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on so that you're not missing out on any of these future updates. And as always, I really do appreciate all of your support on the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. But anyway, that's really everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.